So, hi everybody. I'm Deb Ross. I live in Rochester, New York, but I am an adopted child of Missouri, having gone there for 5 years ago for the last eclipse, and kind of in the 2019 American Astronomical Society meeting. Trish and I became friends, and I conveyed to her my love of Missouri, and then that's how this all happened. I brought all that info. I brought the experience back to Rochester, of course, knowing that we were going to be in the path. In real life, what I do is I'm the publisher of KidsOutandAbout.com, which is a website, a web network in the US and in Canada for 45 different regions, including the St. Louis area and Kansas City, to show parents what's happening locally for their kids. So I've been doing this for 21 years. I think in websites. So that being said, the thing that I also don't like is that I don't like when people sort of guard information and skills really carefully. And so there's a perceived barrier between you and making a website of your own. And so there are people who don't have Ninas on staff, and it's still possible to create a website very easily and quickly to get the word out about what it is that you want to do. And so because that is actually easy, and because so many different types of stakeholders are involved in devising things that they're going to do, and then needing a way to get the word out easily, we do that on the web these days. So I'm trying to do my best to erase those barriers for everybody. So what I'm going to do is show you guys a very quick, very, very practical, hands-on way to build a website. This is not, like I'm saying, like the Nina quality website, what I'm sure like Nina and everybody in IT does, because boy, do I love my IT people. This is for, I need to push something out there and have it look nice. And the nice thing is you can do that easily. So one method is by buying your web domain through GoDaddy and then using one of their templates to push it out. So I'm just going to show you all how to do that. And I'll take you sort of quickly through my process of making a website. So this is not a slick little presentation here about how to build one. But what we're going to talk about, we're going to say the elements of a website. That you have to think about that first, right? So you need a purpose to your site. You need a sense of how you want to organize this information, right? The site won't really do that for you. You have to think about that. What is it you want to say on your homepage and interior pages? You need to know your contact information, and you need some text. And most important, you need some photos. Okay, that's sort of the main elements. I'd like that Trish is recording this, because then I can whip through this and you can have it, and we can have it. What we decided to do, Trish and I, in my demo, is to build a festival website for Solar Fest in Perry County. Just because she did that last time, she has text and photos that we can use. So it was just a really useful thing. There are all kinds of sites that you can build, but we're going to do a festival one. So when you're thinking about specifically what does a festival site, well, they've got certain experiences that they're highlighting. There's a schedule. There's details about things to do. There's outside links to other things to do. You want to give people the opportunity to subscribe to your mailing list so they can you can continue to get them info. You need info for vendors and your contact information, and also sponsors. So those are the general things that I figured we'd need for a festival site. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to think about what we want the site to do, which I've already checked off because it's a festival site. We're going to gather lots of graphics and copy. And actually, Trish did this for us when we started talking about this last time. She sent me a ton of photos. She sent me the brochure from the 2017 Solar Fest. And we're going to use some of that, right? Just as a quick and dirty way to do this. We want to write down the elements like you do. We're not going to do that right now, of what you want to have on the site, although I kind of did it on my festival thing here. We know what we want to put there. And generally decide whether those things are the front and center things or things you want to link to. We're going to go to GoDaddy.com and buy a domain. And then what most important thing we're going to do is we're going to basically, how like there's all of these templates for resumes, for example, where you load in your information and then the site will show, the resume builder will show it to you one way. It'll show it to you another way. And that's essentially what we're going to do. we're going to get a template and then load our things into that template. And voila, it'll look really good, believe it or not. We're going to publish it, meaning you just hit the publish button, but I put that in there because you got to do that instead of it hanging out in design limbo. And then you're going to buy a hosting plan. We're not going to actually do that today, but GoDaddy gives you a free week of having it be where you want. So we're going to do that. What I did to make it fast is I took all of the text information from a lot of what Trish had, and I put it into this really easy document for myself so that you don't go through the process that I went through, like reading it carefully, trying to find stuff. I've got what I want to put on this site already. Okay, so we're going to go to GoDaddy. And now the question, and Trish, I want you and anybody else to unmute, because we have to decide what domain we want. In a certain sense, the more obscure, the easier it's going to be because nobody else will have taken it, right? So do we want it to, this is Perry County rather than Perryville, right? Or do you want it to be Perry County Solar Fest, Perry County? What should we look for to see if it's available?
We want to keep it Perry County Solar Fest. I don't want to put Perry County, Missouri in there because there are several Perryville and Perry counties. So even if they're from Perryville, Arizona, I want them to know that Perryville, Missouri exists. So I'm not gonna go down to, I'm not gonna use Missouri. So that looks great.
Okay, let's see. We're gonna search to see if it's available. Yay, it is. And in fact, it's only a penny for the first year and $19.99 for the second year, which is awesome. So I'm going to buy it. I'm going to literally buy it right here. Trish, you owe me $19.99.
Got it.
I'm going to, let's see. So I have to move some of my, okay. No, I don't want the bundle, but I need to continue to my cart. I happen to have a very big GoDaddy account, no domain protection. We are going to start the website for free. I don't need any email essentials. Let me continue to the cart and buy it. No, I don't want 5 years. I want 2 years. It's going to be my 20 bucks. I don't have an account. I'm ready to pay. I'm going to use that credit card, complete my purchase. Let's hope the card works, but I'm pretty sure it does. Okay, so I now own the thing. Ta-da. It's really that easy to go and buy a domain. I happen to own about 35 Eclipse oriented domains because on August 23rd of 2021, I realized, oh, I better get the ones for Rochester so that we can use them in Rochester and nobody holds them hostage. Okay, we got it. Perry County Solar Fest. Trish, I'll give it to you, but right now. What do you want to do next with Perry County Solar Fest? I want to create a custom site. And what category? They have endless templates, which is the beautiful thing about GoDaddy. So I'm going to use a festival site. And actually, when I was looking at the templates before, I'm going to take the street food festival because it isn't specifically a music festival or a film festival. And I like that. So what's going to happen is our template's going to have a lot of food photos that we're going to switch up. Okay, food photos and food type of text. Okay, what should we call your site? Well, I'm thinking it's going to be called Perry County. Do you like 2 words or 1 word, my friend Trish?
We do 1 word.
Okay, fantastic. We can always change it. So there's going to be a little give and take because you guys are going to be able to, let's talk about this a little bit about what we want to see. Okay, there's a lot of different types of festival templates, and we're going to look at the theme. Hello, wait, do I have to do something? Oh, no, not taking a tour right now. You can take a tour if you want to. We're not going to take the time to do that. So what are the themes? Let's try a new look and try on some of these. So right now you see that it's a food oriented site and you see that there's, sort of blurry background photos. You just basically can see that, hey, there's all different types of them, right? And so the question is like, what hits us? Which which layout, and we can change these as we like. It's really nice. And we can, once we publish it, we can see it looking different. So does anything, I'm kind of liking this one. Does this
That
look
looks
okay?
good.
Just as the, I'm going to select it. Okay, so actually, literally now we've got a website, in a food-oriented website, now living at perrycountysolarfest.com. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this up to be for us. And so we're going to change the text and we're going to change the photos. So let's change this text right here, because it's not going to be food for everyone. I think maybe I'm going to put the date, what I was thinking. Because is it going to be the 5th through the 8th, by the way? Is it going to be 4 days, Trish? Do you have a sense of what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. So 5th through the 8th. And then what I thought we might put underneath it, instead of contact us right now, because that's sort of generic, you can change this later. But whoops, contact us. Let's make it right now a click here to be part of it, because right now this is going to be for your stakeholders. It's not going to be the public one, but you can change this anything at any time, which is the fun part. Okay, so let's see what else I had. Oh, let's do the photo. So this is not the photo you want. Let us change that. So we're going to click on the cover media and we're going to change the image. What we're going to do is we're going to navigate. We're going to add our images, and we're going to be in Missouri. Got it. These are all the images that Trish gave me. So let's find something good. Oh, how about this guy? Essentially the map that Don has behind him. Why don't we just see what that looks like? Whoops. Oh, I didn't want to add more. You're good. Let's insert that image. That's pretty good. We could have it though be like that. That might be kind of nice. We'll see. We'll see how we like that. Again, you could change this at any time. Okay. So how about, let's see. Instead of about us, we're going to do what's happening, because I like that. We need an explanation. And this goes right into a whole bunch of things about it. But what I decided to do instead, and mostly for effect to show you, I'm going to add in a section here. I'm going to add in a kind of just some content just to show you that we can do that. You can add all kinds of things. You can add audio and video. In fact, that logo up at the top can itself be a video. Really, like, you don't have to do anything else. It just lets you do it. You can add a podcast template. You can add a blog. You can add commercial things. I'm going to go to general just to show you that we're going to add some general content. And you see, you could add general content in all of these layouts. I'm going for the simple one, but really it is as easy as clicking, I'm going to add some general content. So what's that general content I'm going to add? I'm going to put in information about what's happening. And like that. But I think that I like it left, justified, et cetera, et cetera. Let's not have it, so again, you can change that as you like. Let's have it be large. Maybe not have it be bullets. We'll figure that part out. But you can change this text over here anytime. And then under what's happening, I thought, okay, let's put some, I like listing sponsors a whole lot. And if Perry County Memorial Hospital isn't already sponsoring it, well, now we got something saying that they are. They can decide what they're going to do there. So what is happening? I thought maybe 3 sections. This is where your planning comes in, but in also a way you don't have to plan, because you can just fool around and see what looks good. So I thought we would do festival highlights and visitor information as one of them. And there's some little description under here. You see how this is just a template. There's some other thing that this will let you add an action button. And I want to add the action button. So I'm going to make that live, because that's going to be able to link anywhere you want. It can link to an external site. It can link to an internal site. Let's do the second one as Eclipse safety and glasses, because we do want that to be up front and front and center. And I've got a little text about that. This one I made up. This wasn't from Trisha's thing. But, and then, oh, I want to make that find out more button live. So I'm going to hit action button, make it live. It doesn't go anywhere yet, right? It says link to some random page. We'll change that later. And then under, instead of fun for all, I put stakeholder information because we want people right now to be all about finding out how to participate. It could be vendor information. It can be whatever, it's sort of like however you want to divide the main things that you want to hit people with. This lovely thing has a time counter. So, oh, it's almost time. I'll show you how they do this. It's really cool. Like I don't know how to program this kind of thing. Probably Nina does and her team. But when is this thing happening? It's happening April 5th at, oh, let's just say 9 a.m. all the way through April 8th at, well, 5 p.m., however you want to define it. But then it's got this lovely little counter. You can't see it until you publish the thing, but it will count it for you. And then we can put a different photo behind it, which we want to. Change image. You just click on the photo and you change the image. So let's find something. What's good to put behind just like another, I don't know, you want happy people looking up at the sky, or maybe just the eclipse itself, something like that. I'm going to stick the eclipse in there. Open that. And I don't know how good that's going to look because it's going to get cut off. Well, no, not too bad. Not too bad. Funky eclipse stuff. This template then has events. So that's great. You're going to be able to put some of your main events there. I stole this from the last brochure, but just for effect. So your carnival rides are going to open. I changed the fun begins. They're going to open at 5 p.m. at, not chili because that's food. And it's the seminary picnic grounds, right? And then you just change this. What's happening on Saturday? We've got some other things. Oh, Solar Fest is Saturday. Solar Fest. You guys are getting the picture, I'm sure. And we'll say all day at, where is it? Downtown Perryville. And the nice thing is you can add them, you can delete them. Just delete or add and change as you like. Oh, wow, here we are on partners. Great. Let's load up some graphics. So over on the right side, when you're clicking, when you highlight it in one section, you'll see on over here on the right side how you load them up. So logos and badges, layout, that's good. Our partners is fine. Images, let's load some up. I downloaded them from your sites. I called them sponsor logo. So let's load up these 4 sponsor logos. And we can add to logos. There they are. Didn't do anything else. You'll see you can link them to your sponsors. You can hit subscribe to let people sign up to be made aware of what's happening. Again, reviews is not really relevant to you, so we can just get rid of that section. It is seriously this easy. Let's see, what about the social? Well, Trish gave me what the social stuff was. Let's find it. Website, I'll take Visit Perry County. I know I'm whipping through this, but for real, you will be, oh no, I guess we don't need it here. That's not social, Deb. Okay, Facebook, Twitter, whoops, And I think I got your Instagram also, yes. Instagram, okay. So now you have those three there. You put your address. I have the address somewhere. Maybe I didn't write it down. Oh, yeah, I did. And there we go. It pops in Perryville. And so that's literally the main putting together a homepage. We're just going to do a couple of other things because websites need not just a homepage, they need interior pages. And I didn't put they need a menu, but they really need a menu. So we're going to do that. Let's think about what we want on that menu. The way that we do that is we just click on website at the top and you're at home, and there's only one page, it's the home page. We're going to make 2 pages, then we're going to make a menu that will drop down to those pages really quickly. So we're going to add a new page to this. We're going to add a gallery. And the reason I'm saying that is because the page that I wanted to add was area highlights, because one of the things that Trish is really, really proud of, justifiably, is all that there is to do in Perry County. And that was all throughout that beautiful brochure. So I wanted to make sure that the site does that a bit of it also. So I'm going to choose a gallery layout so that we can show 3 of those places. Ta-da, it's a gallery layout with food. But I'm going to do a slightly different, let me see how I did this. A new look for our gallery. Oh no, that's a new look for the site. Can't remember how to do that. Well, there's a way. It's just pressure. Maybe it's not a gallery that I want. Website, gallery. Maybe we'll just do a regular content page, new page. Well, actually, let's do a contact page because that's one of the things we want. And so that actually lets you gather contact information from anybody who visits the site. That's really, really useful. And I almost don't have to do anything else. You can customize what these, what the fields are in your form. You see they're down here on the lower right-hand side. And so you could add company. Let's just add one of them. And we'll call it company. And then we just move that up. So move you up. Move you up. It's that easy. So you can, we have a contact us page right there. I want to add the new, because I did it so nicely in the last night when I was practicing. Is there really no, I thought there was a choice of gallery. Oh, I think I just deleted a lot of the stuff. Okay, so we're going to keep this. I think I deleted this part. Move you all. I deleted the video, but you could put video in, right? Oh, maybe I deleted too much, but I think I need to add. Let's add some stuff. Let's add. Oh, we're going to add an image gallery. That's what we did. Or add. That's fine. So I'm going to add in some different things to do. Like we had caves, we had the town square, we had the museum. And we can just change those images as we like. So I called that page gallery. Now we're just going to add some menus. That's the last thing that we're going to do. I'm going to go back to home, and you see that there's no menus at the top. We're going to add one. So we're going to add a new drop down. It's a drop down menu. it's going to be called, what did I call it? Visiting. One of the pages is going to be the gallery. So that's nice. But we're going to add some more links. Actually, we're going to add links to this website. So if you notice, you'll see up at the top, we now have visiting, a drop down. I'm going to add to visiting a new link. It's all from Visit Perry County. So just a general for Visit Perry County and the website for it. We are showing it in the navigation. And I'm going to actually add the link there instead. Sort of both places instead of that. So it's now under visiting. And I'm going to add the two more just for effect, places to stay. Yeah. And where to eat. In what I did before, like last night when I was doing this, I added about us. I added links to interior pages showing nice photos because I went nuts a little bit when I was preparing. But I don't think there's a need for that right now. What I'm going to do, the last thing is we hit publish on this. And it asks you where you want to publish it. Yes, I want it published right there on perrycountysolarfest.com. And within about 5 minutes, any of you will be able to just simply go to visit Perry County Solar Fest, perrycountysolarfest.com and actually see it there. The way that GoDaddy works is that it leaves it there for 7 days, after which if you want to pay about $7 a month, that's it. You can just maintain it on GoDaddy. And so that's why that's really sort of powerful. You don't have to go to a separate web host. You don't have to work with, if what you want to do is just push information out there for the next couple of years, easily maintain it yourself, you can just do that. And this is what it looks like on the GoDaddy website, Perry County Solar Fest. And like, again, we can just completely change all of this as we want. But let's see if it's live now. It's just perrycountysolarfest.com. Yep, it is. And so now you actually have one. You literally just have one. So I'm just going to stop sharing for a second. I think that it's not really any harder than that. It's a lot of fussing around with fun photos. But that's just like laying out any brochure, right? It's not a sort of be mysterious type of process. So that's pretty much that.
When Deb and I were talking about this, you know, we're here to help the smaller communities as well as the large communities. And a lot of the smaller communities don't have the funds, maybe to have a website. Maybe this is a segue into them creating a website for their community to promote themselves and stuff. Or maybe you just wanted something super easy, super cheap to promote the solar eclipse in your area. So that is the whole thought behind having Deb do this wonderful presentation. And wow, you did it fast too. So,
and I know that it is like, I'm really glad you're recording just so that you can go back and look at that. And again, like you can do this on some of the other domains where you can purchase domains, but I find the GoDaddy one really easy. I have no stake in GoDaddy per se, but they've done a good job helping non-programmers be able to push that out. Like if we had all the right text and all the right information and all the right photos, it's just live right now. And in a week, it'll revert back to not being live. And then Trish can just decide if she wants to make it, or if it doesn't have, she could move that to a different web hosting platform, you know, design and all, and she'd be able to manage it somewhere else. I just find it really cheap to do through them and just no fuss. no fuss. Can change that on a dime, and you don't have to be techie.
I think it can be very beneficial what Deb shared with us, not only for our smaller communities, but for just an added outlet of exposure to some of our larger ones too. So,
Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
Trish, one thing too, we're talking about websites. Obviously, our moeclipse.org website will be able to link to any website you create. So what we will want to know is the list of those websites, because we hope to have a lot of people visit that site and we can be the gateway to others.
Absolutely. Good point.
If we have time in the next couple of minutes, if you want, I can just do a demo of the other, my dashboard community website, if you just want to, if people want to see it, because you could have it used to manage any kind of community if they just want to see it, but I don't want to interrupt some of the other more official business.
We have 5 minutes, so you're pretty speedy.
Should I do that? I'm good at being speedy.
Okay.
So let me just explain what it is. So as I was sort of pulling together the community and thinking really, really hard about what that means to do, right? To motivate lots of people to work really hard for years for nothing, for something that happens for 3 minutes and 38 seconds. That's a hard task. And the way that I've never done such a big one like that, but the way I've done things in the past is to make sure that that their participation is valued, so that people don't just do things in little silos. And so as a kind of community manager, my job is to like keep tabs on everybody. And the question is, how do I do that? Well, as of course, I think in websites. So I thought that last summer I started conceptually building a dashboard for Eclipse communities to use to keep all the stakeholders together and have one place where they can post everything, see the news, and get that. And I needed it to be something where everybody wasn't paying to be a user of it, because that was going to be a complete stumbling block. Even if it was $5 a month, my job is not to go chase people down for $5 a month. And if we have 300 stakeholders in Rochester, I wasn't paying their $5 a month, right? I'm volunteering too. So it took me a while, but I found my buddy Steve, to help me build a thing a website that would do it. And we built it really deliberately to be able to share to communities outside the Eclipse. And so basically, if you want one for a small community or for a larger community, you can just have one. So I just want to show you how a couple of the different ones that have been set up are being set up. And that might give you some ideas. And then basically just contact me. And if you want to set one up for a small community or a larger one, you can just do it, and we'll just add it, and you can fool around with it on your own for free. So let's just look at the way the Rochester one is set up, because it's the most vibrant, because I've been putting data into it for months. So if what I wanted to do was invite somebody who wasn't already a stakeholder, they can hit apply to be part of the stakeholder community, and that goes to our admin document, so that just automatically will add them when you approve them. But I've just logged in. And I've logged in, the way that we organized it was in sectors. That's the main organizing sort of principle. So our sectors in Rochester are tourism, transportation and government, community outreach, science and education, and then stakeholder engagement for the people who are doing our best to, glue this community together. Because we meet on our own too, to discuss ways to do that. Within each sector, and I'll show you, they can be different. You have different committees. You just organize your committees within that. So within tourism, we have media and merchandise, and then specific ones to tourism, food and beverage, general, and lodging. There's been a lot of general, so you just add committees as you like, take committees away. It's easy. And so under government, we have certain ones. Under outreach, we have accessibility, as well as education, optics, and science. And safety is under there as well. And then stakeholder engagement. So a committee, let's just say the media committee, that has its own little graphic. It has who the chairs are. We assign them. It's the community leader can do that. And then who the members are. The stakeholders, each person has their own user ID and password and dashboard. So this is mine. I am a super user, because if you guys set one up, I can also access yours, just because I designed this thing. But over here on the right-hand side are all of the posts that are relevant to me. So needs that are relevant to me, ideas, accomplishments, resources, meetings, upcoming ones, and then media mentions, which we're gathering all in one place. Everybody can log in and post. You just say what kind of post it is. Let's do a resource. Who is it relevant to? It's relevant to every committee in tourism. And then I put the title of that post. So some resource, media resource, and then put the content. I can put the link to the external site. So if like that's actually the most important part of resources. You title your resource, you describe it, and then you put a link to it. And there it is, whammo, everybody's got access to it. I could also post on behalf of one of the other visitors. And as a community leader, I know I will be doing this all the time because people hate posting. I should know. I've been running a calendar website for the last 20 years. So I'll be posting for them when I find out what, like, they're going to send me the resource. I don't want to post it on my own behalf. I want to post it on theirs. The last thing that you can do as an admin is you can export your list. So I can export everybody to a CSV file, load it into a contact management system, by base and actually sort by what their committees are. So I could send out just the people on education or tourism or whatever. That's it. You can have one. Let me just show you how a couple of the other ones are set up. Instead of doing it by the type, like tourism or government, Southwest Indiana, Mitch out there, we are set up for, he did it by region. So he did it for Evansville, Southwest Indiana, Western Kentucky, and then they have a stakeholder engagement for the leaders as well, because I thought that was a good idea. And within each of them, they have 5 different types of committees because that's how they're thinking of it. It's completely changeable. I could change the name. I'm not going to do it to him. I could change the name of his sector right there. I could change the photo. I can put different committees in that sector than actually exist in the sector. So that's all it is, like, really. I mean, so it's good when things are simple, because you don't want to get overwhelmed. But anybody who wants one of these for a small or large community, vis-a-vis the Eclipse, can just have one on eclipseweb.org, load your people in, put in your stakeholders, and you have something to keep forever in a certain, probably won't stay up forever, but you'll have like a one-stop for all of your media mentions afterwards. Like when you will go to tell the story, when you're looking for resources, your committee can just log in and get it. Ta-da. 102, sorry, I took 7 minutes.
Ta-da. Yeah, don't change Mitch's titles or he'll have a runaway. So yeah. Okay, any last minute questions for Deb or any other comments before we let you get to your lunches and such? All right. Okay, again, thank you, Deb. Lots of great information. Please reach out to her on any of this. She is amazing. She knows her stuff here, so, and she'd be happy to help. So with that, I'm going to say, I think we're done and wish everyone a great rest of their Tuesday, okay?
Thank
See
you.
you next month.
Thank you. It was
Bye, guys.
wonderful.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.